Hello everyone, welcome back to Let Us Reason podcast with your host Jawara, where we talk about life, we talk about anything and give everyone a fair chance to express their opinions without being vulgar, disrespectful or hostile. You know, I don't know everything, you do not know everything, but we all can learn from each other by sharing our experiences and our opinions. You know, and I am inviting you all to be a part of the discussion today. By sharing in the comments area, I want to hear your views and I want to hear your opinions regarding the topic we're about to discuss. Okay? And today we want to talk about vaccination wars. And honestly, it seems like that is what developing. There's a tension between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. And honestly, it shouldn't be like that, you know. It really and truly shouldn't be like that. There's always something to separate us as human beings, to cause a divide among us. And this is one thing that is causing a divide among us as human beings, you know. The issue of being vaccinated or unvaccinated. A lot of people feeling like they're outcasts, you know, like they are being vilified because of their decision making where not taking the vaccine is concerned, you know. And I really think this whole thing with the pandemic and the vaccine and everything is being really pushed on people, really. The media come and talk about it every day. And I think there's a message of fear that's been preaching. And that's the honest truth. You know, that's my feeling and that's my opinion. And the more you push fear and the more you push propaganda, the more it's going to become a reality. And a lot of people are going to accept it, you know, and fall for it. Fear. This is what Nelson Mandela have to say about fear. He said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquer that fear. That's what Nelson Mandela have to say about fear. Edmund Burke also said, no passion so effectually robs the mind of all its powers of acting and reasoning as fear. Let me read that again. No passion so effectually robs the mind of all its powers of acting and reasoning as fear. Fear is a tool, and if you know how to use that tool precisely, then you can get people to do whatever you really want them to do, you know. So I believe a lot of this have to do with fear. Not everyone who refuse to take the vaccine are anti-vaxxers. Let me say that again. Not everyone who refuses to take the vaccine are anti-vaxxers. Majority of those people who are refusing to take this vaccine are people who support vaccine because they have took many vaccine before without questioning the ingredients of the vaccine and the effect it's going to have on their body. A lot of people who is not for this vaccine have took multiple vaccine and have no question about it. So it's not everyone who is not for this vaccine are anti-vaxxers. They just make their choice not to take it. And a lot of them are suspicious of it, skeptical of it because of how fast it was developed too, you know. Because normally, as what they said, a vaccine take about 10 to 15 years to really develop and pass all the tests and so forth by the FDA and etc. But this one take only 10 months to develop. So I believe it was a trial period where they was using it on people really without even get it passed officially by the FDA. So a lot of people are skeptical about it because of how fast it come about. Also, why a lot of people are skeptical about it, the data about the effectiveness of the vaccine is not that strong either. It don't have a strong data behind it where effectiveness is concerned. The vaccine don't prevent you from getting the virus. No. You also can still catch the virus being fully vaccinated, spread the virus, and die from the virus. A lot of people have side effects, complaining about side effects from the vaccine. So a lot of people are skeptical about it because of a number of stuff. You know, vaccine have been around for a while. We all know that, you know, and a lot of disease that is not around today is because of vaccine. So vaccine does work. I know that. You know, medicine does work. Science does work. A lot of problems in our society were solved through science. A lot of sickness that people have were dealt with through science. You have a headache or a toothache and you take a painkiller and it help you. All of that is through science. And none of us question the ingredients in those painkiller. We just take it because we want to get rid of the headache. So science and medicine does work. Vaccine, yes, that does work. Because countries that are vaccinated against polio and measles and mumps and chickenpox and all of those stuff, there's no trace of those kind of sickness in those countries because vaccine take care of it. And from you are vaccinated against those kind of disease, you develop immune to it. You become immune to it when you are vaccinated against polio, measles, chickenpox and all of those stuff. You're immune to it so that you can't catch it. If you go somewhere that somebody have polio and you are vaccinated against polio, you cannot catch it. If you are vaccinated against measles and mumps, you cannot catch it because the vaccine help you to develop immunity against those diseases. Also, as I said in our previous podcast, if you're traveling overseas to some place where you have some sickness like yellow fever and so some other sicknesses, you have to be vaccinated before you travel to those countries. And upon arrival in those countries, you have to show in your passport that yellow piece of paper to prove that you have been vaccinated against yellow fever. And if you go in the country and come across or come in contact with that disease, you're not going to catch it because you have been vaccinated against it. And your body develop immunity against those diseases. But for this specific vaccine, your body don't develop immunity against the virus, although you are fully vaccinated against it. You see what I mean? That's why you have a lot of people are skeptical about it. And the main reason really why people are skeptical about the vaccine, they feel like they are being forced to really take it. You know? They feel like they have been forced to take the vaccine. The unvaccinated have been called so many names, you know. I was reading an article on CNN the other day regarding Howard Stern, who is a famous radio host and this jockey. You can Google his name and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is what I read. Howard Stern is over the COVID-19 pandemic and is taking on anti-vaxxers who refuse to get the shot. Speaking on his Sirius XM satellite radio show about the recent death of several anti-vaxxers, Radio Ostern said people who won't get vaccinated are idiots and call for vaccinations to be mandatory. He said, when are we going to stop putting up with the idiots in this country and just say it's mandatory to get vaccinated? He said, fuck them. Fuck their freedom. When those people is adamant that they're not going to be vaccinated, hear these remarks by Howard Stern. What Howard Stern think is going to make them be more open to be vaccinated? No. It's going to push them further and further away from the vaccine. A lot of people right now can't work because their job policy is that everybody will have to be vaccinated in the company so that they can work. So a lot of people have religious beliefs where taking a vaccine is going against their religious belief, against their religion. So a lot of people not taking it for that reason. But yet still those people are being pressured to take it. Are they going to lose their job? So in a lot of area in society, this thing is becoming mandatory. And whether you like it or not, if you want to be in society and moving around freely in society, you have to take it. You cannot call people who exercise their constitutional rights, the right to speak, the right to make choices of what people are going to inject in their body. You cannot call those people idiots. And you cannot say fuck their freedom. Bob Marley said every man have a right to decide his own destiny. And in this judgment there is no partiality. Every man have a right to choose for himself. And it's effed up when a person wants to choose for you the stuff that you don't want to choose for yourself. It's wrong for a person don't want something and you set measures to force them to take what they don't want. That's why a lot of people is refusing it, because they feel like they are being forced. And when you force somebody to take something that they don't want, they're going to become skeptics. They're going to start wonder if you're up to no good. And it don't become no easier because there's so much video out there with different people talking about this and talking about that. And some of them are so fake and far-fetched. About when you take the vaccine, you're going to do this and you're going to do that. A lot of people making up bullshit out there, putting on the internet, and a lot of people watching it and believing in it. My view and opinion is this. You have the pandemic, right? You have the vaccine. Who want to take the vaccine, let them take it. Who don't want to take the vaccine, let them be. That's my opinion. Who want to take it, go and take it. Who don't want to take it, let them be. No one should be forced, feel like they are being forced to take something that they don't want. And nobody should be demonized or ridiculed if they take the vaccine or if they don't take the vaccine. This thing is separating us and driving a wedge between us, causing the lack of empathy and causing strife and tension between people. The vaccine is there. Who want to take it, take it. Who don't want to take it, don't take it. You don't have to cause problems. You don't have to cause strife. You don't have to cause hate. You don't have to cause people to be feeling like they are being ridiculed because they take it or they don't take it. So that's why this topic is called vaccination war. Because honestly, it feels like that's what's brewing right now. And a lot of people, I can tell you this, a lot of people will never take it. no matter what. And a lot of people who is on the fence wondering if they're going to take it, will take it. And a lot of people don't know the science behind the vaccine and spreading a whole lot of false information, spreading fear. So I would encourage everyone, do not live in fear. Try your best not to live in fear. Do your own research and make your choice based upon that. I was reading an article in the Gleaner. It said, the United Kingdom does not recognize the vaccine code for Jamaica, causing locals who are fully inoculated against COVID-19 to be designated unvaccinated on arrival in the European country. The majority of Jamaicans have been vaccinated, but yet still, the United Kingdom does not recognize their vaccination code. So when they go in the country, they look upon them as being unvaccinated. What the hell can go like that? Okay, you was reluctant at first about taking the vaccine. Then you choose to be fully vaccinated so that you can travel. But when you reach to the United Kingdom, they don't recognize your vaccine code. They designate you to be unvaccinated although you are fully vaccinated. That's just bullshit, man. That's just bullshit. Also in the NBA, right now, the NBA would like all staff, all players, everybody regarding the NBA going to work in those stadiums, in the locker room, right across the NBA board, 100% vaccinated by preseason. A few players decided they're not going to get vaccinated, like Kyrie Irving and Andrew Wiggins. And I'm telling you, they're getting it. The media is beating them left and right, demonizing them. Those guys, the amount of pressure is down on them because they have teammate. The teammate already vaccinated, but they are not vaccinated. They don't make up their mind if they're going to be vaccinated or not. And the media, I'm telling you, is giving it to those guys because they choose not to let something inject in them. That's their choice, man. So right now, New York, San Francisco, California, any team in those areas like the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks and the Golden State Warriors, it's mandatory that every staff member, including player, is fully vaccinated. And because those players choose not to be vaccinated right now, they are being ostracized and being ridiculed and being teared down by the media. Big media personality even saying they must trade them, get them off the team because they choose not to receive the vaccine. Jonathan Isaac from the NBA, he played for Orlando Magic. He said, I feel like unvaccinated players are being vilified. They're looking at them like a villain and bullied and called the pressure from the NBA to get vaccinated and injustice in regard to the league COVID-19 protocol for unvaccinated player versus vaccinated player. Isaac doesn't agree with that either. You can play on the same court, we can touch the same ball, we can bump chest, we can do all those things on the court, and then when it comes to being on the bus, we have to be in different part of the bus. He said to me, it doesn't seem logical, consistent. I believe little by little, this is going to trickle down into the smallest area of society. I believe it's going to trickle down little by little into the smallest area of society. And a lot of people who decide not to be vaccinated, when the pressure reach them, they're going to give up. And that's fuckery. That's why people are becoming suspicious. They feel like they are being pressured, like they are being pushed into a corner. As of November, the US will require all foreign nationals to be fully vaccinated before they can enter the country. You hear that? They require all foreign nationals to be fully vaccinated before they enter in the country. So, if you're planning to travel to the US and you don't make up your mind to be fully vaccinated, you can't come. I agree, if you have a bad disease out there killing off people and it can't be contained, then you're going to lower the risk of it coming into your country by any means necessary. But the data shows again, after you're fully vaccinated, you're not immune to catching the virus and spreading it and dying from it. Other vaccine, you take it and you're immune to the disease and you don't catch it again. We're all intelligent people, and a lot of people look into that. Well, they say this strengthens your immune system, give you a better fighting chance to fight against the virus if you catch it. Is that a good thing? I would say yes. If that's what it does, it boosts your immune system to beat the virus. If you want to take it, go ahead and take it. I'm not against those who take it or who want to take it. Anyone who want to take the vaccine, go ahead. And anyone don't want to take it, just make your decision. But the main thing, people shouldn't be feel like they are being forced or bullied, calling all sort of derogative name because they choose not to take it. Yeah, people shouldn't feel that way. Right now, Singapore is opening up. All the restriction in Singapore drop. There's no mandatory vaccination in Singapore. The population in Singapore is 80% vaccinated. Also in Norway, every restriction drop, everything open up. There's no mandatory vaccination. The population in Norway is 50 something percent vaccinated. They realize that the people there is suffering psychologically and emotionally because of all the lockdown measures and all the other kind of measures that they put in place. They realize the people in their country are suffering, you know. But although they drop all restriction and they open up back, they still know that the pandemic is still alive and well. So they don't give up arm. They're still going to try to do whatever it takes where washing your hands and social distance and so forth is concerned. But that feeling of being trapped, they lift all of that. You know, we live in a crazy world. There's so much trouble in the world. There's so much tension. There's so much going on, man. It's just rough, you know. But we don't know how long this thing gonna last. We don't know what tomorrow gonna be like. And we don't know what measures they're gonna come up with next. You know. But as I said before, I believe that choice to be up to the individual to take it or not to take it. It shouldn't be forced on no one. Those who take it, good. Those who don't take it, good. No one should feel bullied or vilified because they don't take it. And those people out there who is spreading fear, talking a lot of shit that they don't know about those who have been vaccinated, stop it. You're not making it better either. If you don't want to take it, you don't take it. Just leave the people them that take it alone. Leave them the hell alone and stop spreading propaganda and false rumor and stop talking shit about what you don't know. Leave the vaccinated alone. Unvaccinated, leave the unvaccinated alone. Let us just live in peace, man. Don't let this divide us no further. We don't need no division now. We need come togetherness. We need empathy. You know, we need compassion instead of creating a big divide. You know, everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the Let Us Reason podcast. You know, and as before, our motto is love life, live free, live your own truth, love yourself conditionally, live above fear. Don't let fear conquer you. You know, big up on yourself until we meet again. All right, later.